First off, thank you, God, for this opportunity. Thank you, Carlos, for coming here.
Appreciate you, bro.
This is episode 5, business owner or investor. Last episode, we did employee or business owner. Now we're going over to the right quadrant, the right side of the quadrant. You know, there's cash flow quadrant. It talks about the different types of quadrants. It talks about employee, self-employed, business owner, and investor. So now we're on the right side of the quadrant where we would like to be. How you doing, Carlos?
I'm doing excelentemente bien, Mars.
Excellent, excellent. So,
how you doing?
Excelentemente bien. With the 5 pillars. We got to continue to work on our 5 pillars, which is we got to work on our physical pillar. We got first spiritual first. Then we got to work on our mental, the mind. We got to work on our physical pillar, third pillar. We got to work on emotional, and last, financial. Financial, the money comes last on the list. So a question to start off the podcast. As a business owner, what is like the different, like the sweet spots from, can you explain like what's working on a business and what's working inside the business?
Okay, working inside the business is when you're doing the systems and process as the business owner, right? When I say systems and process, look at a business like you looking at a garden, right? Remember, a business is solving a problem for a client, for customers, right? So the minute you basically work inside the business as a business owner, you have to set the systems and process in place for the employees, for the people that are gonna run the show for you, if it makes sense. A lot of business owners work inside the business instead of working on the business, right? Because they don't know how to do the systems and process. They don't know how to automate their business. They don't know how to delegate in their business, and they don't know how to, let go of their business. You get me?
That comes with thinking. Right?
That comes with thinking, because the thing is they come from a worker mentality. They come from a fear mentality, from a comfort mentality. Why fear? Most business owners think they're going to steal from them. So why you hire them in the first place? If you're going to hire somebody and think that they're going to steal from you, why would you hire them? You get me? I don't go by the saying, trust no one. If I let you in my organization, in my business, right, it's because I trust you. And if you steal from me, there's a God. You got me? And as a business owner, when you set your systems and process, you got to think in terms of, okay, there's profits, but there's also losses. You still got to allocate, if you're smart, 10% for, any loss. Let's call it a loss instead of trying to say like they stole from you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because in reality, we business owner, we're the thief, low key. Look at the 4 levels of value creation, implementation. Who do you think steals more? The person selling the time or the person buying other people's time?
Person selling the time.
Who you think gets less stress? The employee or the business owner?
Business owner.
Because so
you're an employee, you're working on other people's dreams. You don't have your own schedule. So some people might be tired, they gotta wake up and they gotta go to work. But as a business owner, you make your own time.
You make your own schedule.
You make your own schedule.
And you get to tell people what to do. As a business owner, you have less stress. If you're stressed out as a business owner, it's because you haven't done your inner work, your personal development. You get me? Because remember, business is going to grow as you grow. That's why most business owners stay working inside the business as a modern slave, right? They don't work on the business, right? The only way to work on the business is when you decide to delegate, to outsource, to give equity to somebody else, to have a manager. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you let other people run the show, when you trust other people.
So as the world could tell by that, you have a lot of knowledge and clarity. So I have more questions so we could give both me clarity and the world as well. So in your opinion, as a business owner, would you rather be a business owner, investor, or both?
See, I'd rather always start as an investor. Because as an investor, with money, I could make money, right? And what people don't know is that as an investor, who said that you got to work for money? You could borrow to invest. So if I'm going to invest into an asset, I could borrow from another investor the money at a lower rate, and I could basically lend that money to a business owner, if it makes sense. So if I'm going to start out, I start out as an investor. I didn't start as an investor. I started as a business owner, if it makes sense. I was basically, you could say, raised since 2 years old with my uncle's store till 10. Then when I was 10, from 10 to 16, with Arabics. But when I was 14, I already opened my first call center. But I still stood working with the Arabics. And I was making more money as a business owner than with them. With them, I was making like $10,000 something a month, let's say, right? Mm-hmm. And as a business owner, I was making 20, 30 a month. I was making double without even being in the business. I don't know if it makes sense. Yeah. Right?
All right. So when being around you guys, I always hear the best investment you can make is on yourself. But a lot of people, they invest into stocks and crypto, mutual funds, real estate. Why is it important to build your brand and invest in yourself?
Simple. The world's changing by the second, bro. When you understand that traditional business are literally, I don't want to call them outdated, but the world is literally heading that we got to become the business, if it makes sense. We got to work on our personal brand, right? Because now we got to day trade attention. When I say day trade attention, attention is a currency. So we got to day trade attention. Why? Because now as the new modern investor, business person, you want to travel. You want freedom. Freedom is just not financial freedom. You want freedom from location. You want freedom from, you want to be in different places with different people because you want to network with other people. Right or wrong? Because now we get to see on social media people in other states. Why wouldn't we meet in their state? And when they're coming to our state, meet them here. You know what I mean? Greet them. It makes sense or no?
Yeah.
So
your network is your net worth.
Your network is your net worth. So you don't want to limit yourself, to being stuck in a business working inside in one location when you could literally go worldwide, global. Facts or no?
Facts.
Right? Nationwide. Why would you stay local? Why would I stay here local in Passaic?
That makes sense. We also could travel with social media as well.
You could literally make money in Dubai. We could be anywhere. Yeah. I could literally right now be anywhere in the world and I could hold my podcast through Zoom, through all these apps and, softwares, if it makes sense.
Yes, that's why social media is really important. But a lot of people use social media as a distraction with mindless scrolling. That's why you always say about being a consumer or a creator. You'd rather be a creator than a consumer because people are feeding you like negative stuff. A lot of stuff on social media is negative. A lot of just women there and violence. Like, that's why
it's all perspective too. It's all who you follow.
Exactly.
You get me? So when you're intentional with who you follow, you get me, and what you do, how you use social media, you got to be intentional with everything you do. Everything I do has a purpose. If I'm going to go on social media, it has a purpose around the purpose that I'm doing, which is helping people accomplish their dreams. You get me? Because that's my PIF. That's how I pay it forward. I'm in the stage of my life willing to share my blessings with others. God has helped me in everything I want. You got me, dream cars, dream homes, but everything started with the dream business, right? But then as I grew myself as a person, I literally grew the businesses that I was basically investing on, if it makes sense, right?
You made a valid point about it all depends on who you follow, because as when I first was on social media, I was just following friends or whatever and seeing all that stuff. But as I began to develop my character and develop my mind and become more spiritual, I started seeing more spiritual things. Like it's all about who you follow and what you like, because that's how the social media
algorithm.
How you build your social media. So it's very important of those things to keep in your head, and also the people who you hang around and your circle. So all that is in your circle, because even like if you follow the wrong people on social media, you're technically like allowing them in your circle, especially if you spend a lot of time on social media. But
remember, the mind is a magnet.
Your mind is a magnet, exactly. So what you think about all day, your thoughts are who you become.
Yes.
And thoughts lead to action. Action leads to habits.
Whatever the mind of a man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. So if you go on social media to basically consume, things that do not empower you, things that do not serve you, things that are not aligned with your purpose, your mission, your vision, right? Your goals, you're going to literally get distracted. You're going to start drifting in life, right? So that's why I tell people you need control of your mind. Because if you win the war within, you're going to be able to win the war externally.
So now that we talk about mind, I want to talk about the two minds. Because as the last podcast, I talked about the employee and the business mind, how I was clashing. So what's like the mindset of a business owner mind and an investor mind? Like, do they both operate in imagination, or where do they operate in?
You see, it all depends. See, when a business owner starts, they have to operate through the imagination because they got it. Everything starts with an idea, right? And then that idea turns into a vision, right? And then that vision turns into an opportunity, right? So when you first decide to become a business owner, you're gonna basically use your imagination because you got to come up with the idea, right? But now you got to communicate that idea, right? But then you got to unify that idea, right? And that's how the idea gets implemented. An idea is just a dream with execution, right? So you need people to execute on that idea. So you got to become a leader, right? And a leader moves people. So with money, you're going to buy people's time. Remember, in implementation, you used to sell your time for money. But in unification, as a business owner, right? With money, you buy people's time. Rich people, we buy people's time. Poor people, they sell their time. The best way to tell the difference between rich and poor, apart from mindset, is their ability on how they look at time. You got me? You're going to notice people that are poor, you got me? Because poor to me means passing opportunities over repeatedly. They're normally distracted. You got me? They normally feed their distractions more than what they feed their focus, their purpose. Because I don't blame them. Remember, whoever haven't studied John D. Rockefeller, I recommend your audience to study him. The man that works all day has no time to make money. That was one of John D. Rockefeller's quote. But also, he also used to say he wanted a world of workers, not thinkers, right? But he also used to say he'd rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of his own effort. In another word, he'd rather have other people do the work than him doing the work himself. In another word, he'd rather work smart than hard. Most people think when they need money, I gotta get a second job, third job. How can I do more hours at my job? How can I get a bonus? You know what I mean? How can I negotiate a pay raise? You got me? Business owners, we don't think like that. We think in terms, how can we sell more products, more services? How can we, you know what I mean? Yeah. But investors, we think in different terms. How can I help other business owners, open up more businesses? Make sense? So there's levels to the chain. And there's also, as an investor, there's also a level inside of the investor.
Yeah. You said something about John D. Rockefeller. That's one of the things that you guys always implanted in me. Like, he who works all day has no time to make money. I don't want to talk about employee too much since I'm a business owner now, and I talked about employee last time. I just want to get this off my chest. He who works all day, I never understood what that meant. I'm like, if I'm working all day, I'm getting money. But you taught me, nobody's going to pay me what I'm worth. So I use my mind, constantly thinking. People don't want to think because thinking is a hard thing to do. But I know if I use my mind and continue to strive and use my vision, that's what create money, create cash flow, and not just wages. I don't want to they just give me chump change. And I'm working on their own dreams. I'm also not building myself. I'm just constantly working on their dreams.
The man that works all day has no time to make money. But I'm going to tell you one thing, and sorry that I'm cutting you off.
No, you're good.
You get me? The man that works hard on himself will make a fortune. When I say work hard on yourself, work on your mindset. Because what separates the best from the rest is mindset, brother. That's why we emphasize so much the 5 pillars. Every time you greet a man or a woman and you ask her, hey, how you doing? And be like, and they ask you back, be like, I'm doing excelente. Excelente means excellent. Mente is the mind in Spanish, right? And in Spanish, it's crazy how God made the world, because in Spanish, it finishes with mente, espiritualmente, mentalmente, físicamente, emocionalmente, financieramente, spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, financially. A man that has those 5 pillars under control, bro, his whole life is on order. You're literally become the CEO of your life. Because you have control of your mind. The quality of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. But also the quality of your life is also depending on the quality of the thoughts of the people you let around. That's why I practice OQP. Only quality people. You get me? It's not that I don't love people. I love people overall. I'm obsessed. Secret number 1 from Business Secrets from the Bible. If you haven't read that book, I recommend you and your audience read that book.
I see it right here. Right?
Yeah. Secret number 1 is God wants each of us to be accessibly preoccupied with the needs and desires of his other children, right? So who am I to judge another man or another woman, a human, right? If I'm judging a man or another human, I'm judging God. You get me? Make sense? If they knew better, they do better. Ignorance is the most expensive thing on this world. As a brother, if I see you as a brother, why wouldn't I bring you awareness? The truth is going to set you free because it set me free. At first, when you're in fear zone, comfort zone, it's going to make you miserable because you're going to be like, why is he telling me the truth? Because the truth hurts. The truth is pain. But you got to go through that pain and then you got to reflect on that pain in order to progress, in order to succeed. Make sense?
Yeah.
I recommend you the book Two Principles by Ray Dalio and watch the interview of Principles, Ray Dalio, even with Diddy. Even Diddy did a interview Ray Dalio. If it makes sense. It's in the internet.
Yeah, I wanted to touch on as well when you said, you asked people how you doing. I started doing that myself. And when I asked that, I don't really like the answers that I get.
Now you're getting, so now you can measure people's energy. I sent a video to you guys, Ty Lopez, that money has a correlation with energy. You guys watched it, right? I sent it on the group.
I gotta watch it again.
Yeah, you guys gotta watch it. But watch it. But keep saying.
Yeah, so like I was saying, like I didn't really like the answers I was getting. So now that I don't like the answers I'm getting, I kind of like separate myself a little bit. And even when I try to give people the clarity that I have now about you got to think positively, positive mental attitude, and they still don't receive it, then that's when I start separating myself because I do want to give people chances as well. I don't want to just, with the new mindset that I have, I don't want to just like neglect people just because, oh, they said one thing I don't like. Oh, no, I'm not talking to them anymore. I wanted to give people chances because I want to help people. My main goal and purpose, I want to help people. That's why I'm getting knowledge as well.
You want to know what's the best way to help a person?
What?
By helping yourself. Jim Rohn has a quote, rest in peace. Whoever doesn't know who Jim Rohn is, he was a motivational speaker. Tony Robbins and all these guys were inspired by Jim Rohn, right? Tony Robbins used to even work with Jim Rohn, right? But Jim Rohn used to say, I'm going to take care of me for you, so you could take care of you for me.
That's deep.
Right? So, lead by example. The minute people, remember, when people see your glow, that you're growing, something's going to happen. They want to be around you, believe it or not. Facts or no?
Facts.
Huh? Because now you become a magnet. You become attractive. You become a person of value. And people want to be around people of value. You believe it or not? There's assets and there's liabilities. But there's also, when it comes to people, there's what? Energy drainers or vacuums.
Vacuums and batteries.
And batteries, right? You became a battery. So now you got to watch yourself from those energy drainers, those vacuums. Facts or no?
Facts.
Because now you have more awareness. For example, you don't drink or smoke, right? Now you understand that people that drink or smoke, they're trying to escape some type of reality. Facts or no?
That's facts.
They're trying to escape some type of trauma. It could be broken heart, broken pocket, or trauma, childhood trauma, right? Probably father, missing mother, something fucking happened. Mm-hmm. You got me? Whoa, I said I was not gonna curse. You got me? Yeah. But you know what I mean, bro.
I know what you mean about focus on yourself because life to me is a mirror, but a lot of people look at life as a window. They want to see what other people is doing, but you have to reflect on yourself. Constantly focus on yourself.
That's deep, brother. I'm proud of the maturity. You got me? Because the Mars I'm seeing right now, it's not the Mars that I met. You got me? I see your glow, bro, with the self-love, self-care, your happiness. I can see it in your skin. You got me? Your body, the way you speak, the way you look at me, the way you look at others, how you approach just the world. So you got my respect, brother. I'm serious.
I appreciate that.
We want people like that. You got me? We want people to uplift people. You got me? Now, even in basketball, I can see that you're more of you got me? You always been a team player. You got me? But you see the game now from the outside in. You don't see the game from just inside. I don't know if it makes sense. Mm-hmm. You see it more from a relationship. Let me keep my enemies closer. Because even if you're playing against another team, you don't see them like competition. Because at the top, we collaborate.
Yeah.
At the bottom, we compete. Right? We're not at the bottom. We're at the top. Right? Mm-hmm. Right? Now you understand why I collaborate. And, my low key, my defense is not the best. Right? Now you understand why? Because I'd rather win the relationship than win the game. Facts?
Yeah. He wants to go far.
Right here.
Yeah,
if you
right
want to
there.
go fast, go alone.
If
you want to go far, go together.
Yeah,
See, I love going far. We're about together. You got me?
Yeah, have a team. But not to get off topic, I want to go back to the business owner and investor. So who do you think takes the biggest risk out of those two?
Everybody takes risk. It all depends, how they measure the risk. Because the biggest risk for you, for example, might be a small risk for me. You get me? You could risk $1,000 and you could be like, it's $1 million. I could risk $1 million and to me it's like $1,000. I don't know if it makes sense. Because my risk tolerance is higher. Makes sense or doesn't make sense?
Nah, that makes perfect sense.
You get me? Like my risk, bro, I could risk millions of dollars. Literally, I could literally risk it all. Because I know money is not in my pocket. Money is in my mind. I could literally print money. Money's an idea, bro. And asset a day keeps the 9 to 5 away. See, you already have brick by brick. That was an idea. Attention is a currency. So you're day trading attention. So brick by brick is your marketing tool. It's your platform so you could tell your story. Bring your mess. Because your mess is your message. And you're the messenger. And believe it or not, attention is a currency. And if it's a currency, we can monetize attention. Because in brick by brick, we could put commercials. We could put ads. Right? But apart from that, we could put your own ads. Now you got Mar Hoops. Shout out to Mars. Now, as a basketball coach, he's going to transform my life. You get me? One of my dreams has been to dunk. Low key, it was not my dream. You get me? But now it's my dream. I don't know if it makes sense. Yeah. You get me? I made it my dream.
It's funny you say that you want to dunk because like you always like pride yourself on shooting.
I want to dunk just for, not to dunk on people like I told you. Yeah. You get me? But just for, because as a man, as a human, as a leader that have never put limitations to himself, if I go and dunk at 5'8", I know there's people shorter than me. 5'4", 5'5", dunking. You know what I mean? But if I dunk at 5'8", bro, I'll get a different type of level of respect, even in basketball. Facts?
Facts, yeah.
Facts? When people see me dunk at 5'8", and it's going to help me, I get rebounds overall. I don't care how tall people are in the basketball court. I got rebounds because I'm a hustler. You should know that, right? Mm-hmm. But at 5'8", if I'm able to dunk, that's going to increase also my rebounds. It's going to increase my blocks. It's going to increase my overall game because if I could dunk, it's going to also force me to get in an elite shape faster, you know, overall. Just
it's gonna build you,
you get me? It's going to build my character on a different level. My physical strength is going to take it to the next level. So if you could help me on that, my vertical, you get me? Especially you as a basketball coach, because you'll be able to see my blind spots. Mm-hmm. I need a coach. You get me? Same way you went and got a business coach, mentor. I need a coach for basketball. You get me or no?
You're exchanging value.
I need awareness in basketball because my shot, I'm not happy with when I shoot. My hand, I don't know. My layups, I just throw the layups. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I believe that you could help me, bro.
I believe as well.
You got me? Because we could put it like this. I'm a student. If the teacher, like I always say in my case, I only appear as a teacher when the student is ready. Mm-hmm. But now I got to switch place. I'm a student and you're the teacher. I got to shut up and fucking listen. I said I was not going to curse, but now you understand where you got to tell me, Carlos, shut up and fucking listen. And then you're going to see as a student, you're going to notice why I'm in the level I'm in. Because first, you got to be a student before you're a teacher. And that's deep.
That's deep.
Huh? Right or wrong?
That's right. 2 questions in the podcast. The first question I have is between the investor and business owner. Would you consider a business owner as an investor? Because, investors, they invest their money to have work for them. But business owner, they also invest into people. But you're also investing into people right now. So what would you consider them as a business owner as well? Because also, they use OPT, they use other people's time to make money.
But I'll put it in perspective. See, I don't create jobs. I create opportunities. I don't know if that makes sense. Creating a job is literally telling people what to do. Creating opportunities is putting people to tell others what to do. So there's levels. People still got to be employees. We still need employees, bro. I would never tell people that we don't need employees. But that's not my mission that God sent me to the world to do. God sent me to the world to help people become, business owners or become investors, if it makes sense. Become leaders. And not just become regular leaders, become leaders that create leaders, that create leaders, that create leaders. Because as you can see, do you think in the world needs more leaders?
Yeah.
Most leaders, they don't lead by example.
For sure.
Those spiritual leaders, excuse my French, they're full of shit. If you don't believe me, interview them. Brick by brick, interview your pastor. Interview a bunch of pastors. And I'll promise you, so you can see the difference how they see the world and how you see the world. You're going to have different type of awareness. You're going to notice that in churches, not talking bad about churches, because I don't get into religion or politics. But as a man of God, spiritual, right? I've been to churches. And you're going to notice that spiritual leaders, they say one thing, but then they do another thing. I don't know if it makes sense. They don't have alignment between thoughts, what they say, and what they do. If it makes sense. People perish because of lack of vision. Proverbs 29:18. People perish because of lack of knowledge. Hosea 4:6. Those are Bible verses, right? If you're a spiritual leader, why are you not telling the world and the people those Bible verses and helping people transition from that employee mindset to that investor mindset? Money's printed, bro. Why not empower people? Why tell people to pray for the dream home? Why tell people pray for the dream car? Why tell people to pray for health? It's easy to pray and beg God for health and for cars or material things. But do they have the discipline to go put in the work in the gym every single day? Same way, they don't take care of their mind. What makes you think they take care of their physical? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they try to make people that have money look like we're not going to the heavens of the earth, whatever it's called. You got me? They look at it like you got to be poor to like literally be welcome to heaven. You know what I mean? Yeah. It is easier for a camel to go through the needle of the heaven. You know what I mean? Than a rich person. Like, don't make me feel guilty. I'm not going to make me feel guilty.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, when it comes to like with money in churches, like people, they try to think like churches are saying money is evil, but they're not saying money is evil. They're saying the love of money is evil.
Shout out to Esteban. You got to interview Esteban too. That's an episode you got to do with Esteban. Because Esteban is a spiritual leader. He read the Bible 7 times, probably by now 10. Esteban, we love you. You got me? But one thing is what he says. You got me? Another thing is probably what he do. Right? Well, you could give Esteban more clarity too. Why? Because he's battling right now between, the employee mindset. You got me? And he'll tell you his perspective, how he should see money based on what he learned from the spiritual leaders. You guys are going to be able to go deep on it. Esteban, Esteban, yeah. Right? So one other episode, you got to write it down. And give all your episodes right now too to the world. All the episodes you've done, you got them there?
Yeah,
you got me? On the next episodes, shout him out. Yeah. Subscribe to his channel. Like. Before
I do that, this is the last question in the podcast. What is rich and what is wealthy?
Oh, that's an excellent question, because the thing is, for me, wealth is when you live in a life in purpose, a godly life. You got me? When you're on your mission, your vision. You got me? When you're impacting people's life. Because wealth to me means how many people have been able to impact in a positive way. It's not the income. You know what I mean? You're going to notice that you're going to get the income. The money is going to come in. All the material things are going to come in. But they're not going to fulfill you. It fulfills me more when I help a brother get what they want. You got me? I don't know if that makes sense. Rich, simple, like, what's rich? What's poor? It's all mindset. Rich, poor, rich, wealthy is a mindset. It's a way of looking at life. Because I'll give it perspective. Poor, you're passing opportunities over repeatedly. You're rich if you're doing what you love, if you're impacting, if you're doing it with a good cause, in a godly way. right? To me, you're rich. You have a family, if it makes sense. You're happy. You control your own happiness. You're rich. It's all perspective. You get me? There's people that you could have millions of dollars in the bank and probably you cannot have kids. So what's the point of all the money? That's still poor. Like, yo, bro, all the money in the world cannot buy you a kid. You could, not donate. What's it called? Orphan?
Yeah.
You could adopt a kid, but it's not the same when you make the kid yourself. Yeah. Okay, you could probably do that. But when the kid is like your kid, half of you, I got 3 daughters, bro. And that's priceless, bro. You get me? Mm. That's priceless. One is 10, one is 9, and one is 4. That's priceless.
So you see wealth is just like a mindset and not what money-wise.
Bro, yeah, to me, wealth, rich is a mindset. It's all perspective.
Like health is wealth.
Yeah, because the thing is, look at it like that. Ask me if I would switch place with the richest men in the world. Ask me.
Would you switch place?
Do I look like I would switch place? They're not rich in my eyes. Look at Elon Musk. He's fat. He's physical pillar. Bro. Oh, you body shaming? No, I'm not body shaming. In the Bible, that's what. I don't know if it says it like that. It's a shame a man to grow old without achieving what?
What?
Maximize his potential physically.
Oh, yeah,
right? The temple, why wouldn't you take care of your temple? So even as a spiritual leader, you got me with churches, if they're fat, why would I listen to you? Bro, health is wealth. You got me? I got to see you in the gym. I got to see you transform your body physically so I could then see the transformation that you did mentally, so then I could see the transformation you did emotionally, so I could see the transformation that you got financially. Because the more money you got, the more you could what? Donate. What's that? The 10% that you got to give in church? El diezmo?
Tithes, yeah.
The tithing? Who you think gives more, a poor or a rich?
Who gives more?
Yeah.
It depends.
Rich people. Because even rich at the top, we can write it off.
Consider a tithing?
Yeah.
But it also depends because like...
poor people can... poor people could barely help themselves, bro.
It's in the Bible, it talks about a lady giving. She gave her all, but the rich man probably gave more, but he didn't. It wasn't like he gave a little bit out of his pocket, but the lady, she gave all. So, and that's why I say it depends, because it might be less money, but she still gave more.
Yes, but understand one thing. Look at it like this. You got to take care of you. God wants each of us to be able to what? Provide for ourselves. If you have a kid, if you have, like, for example, I have my daughters. I want my daughters to be independent. I don't want my daughters to depend on me. You get me? So if I'm their father, as long as I see my daughters literally maximize their potential, that fulfills me. I don't want my daughters to be giving me money. I don't know if that makes sense. Makes sense or no?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong there, but it's all perspective, like you said. But going back, guys, you guys need to become an investor, business owner.
Yeah, so just to shout out my episodes.
We the business.
To shout out my episodes so I can hold me accountable as well. I have a few episodes coming up. We just did episode 5, episode 6, my journey on entrepreneurship, episode 7, no pain or no gain. I don't know if we're really going to do that one, but episode...
You see, this is your podcast. You're not supposed to say, I don't know who's going to do that. You're the one that...
We're going to do
it.
We're
just giving you clarity.
It might not be like on that episode 7. It might be pushed down. That's what I meant. So I'm definitely going to do that episode, but it might be pushed down considering other episodes.
See, you need clarity with your vision. And this is where business consulting, which I'm going to help you. You got me?
Episode 8, faith or sight. Episode 9, saving the money and bricks. Episode 10, letting the game speak for us. Episode 11, walking by faith. Episode 12, leveraging debt. Episode 13, scary money, don't make money. And episode 14, trust the process. So just want to thank God again.
And do episode 15 with Esteban, whatever topic you guys want to do. You got me? Mm-hmm. But also, you got to shout out the people that you're going to do those episodes with. Because a lot of those episodes, you're doing it with people. Yeah. If it makes sense. Your network is your net worth, right? Like, for example, we're doing a collab right now. Right? My network is going to be able to see your stuff and vice versa. Make sense or no?
Yeah.
Right? So, hey, guys, I'm businessman Carlos. the face of business, the king of business investment. I'm an investor, serial entrepreneur, businessman. I love business. Business to me is spiritual. You got me? If you want to follow me on Instagram, hashtag businessman Carlos. I also have a YouTube channel, CMR Podcast Network. And my pay it forward, my purpose is to help people accomplish their dreams. Not just their dream car, not just their dream home, but everything starts with their dream business. By creating an opportunity for them, business or real estate, so they could that will help them build their network and net worth and income while everyone else is trained to look for work. We help people transition from the employee mindset, where time is money, to the investor mindset that with money they could make money, or business that with money you could buy people's time. Who said that you need the money? All you need to have is a coach. You need to develop your character. You need cash flow. The foundation of money is credit. You need leverage, and you need collateral. Obviously, we could help you in this organization. And also, every last Sunday of the month, we're going to be holding the Wealth Map Summit every month, the massive action plan, where we're all going to be giving our testimonial, right? Our stories, right? As an organization, how we're transforming people's life, because we are in the transformation business, not the transaction business. And same way Mars been transforming his life, I strongly believe that Mars is going to be able to lead by example, right? To create other leaders that also will be doing the same thing with other people, transforming other people's life. Because we are in the transformation business, not the transaction business.
As Carlos said, my goal is just to be a living testimony. My message, my testimony to the world, to see how you could change, how I became from an employee to business owner to investor. Carlos right here, he's the coach of coaches. He's giving me insight. I also have another coach, shout out Gianni. These guys have been talking to me and pouring into me with knowledge as well as energy, which is very important. So I thank you guys. Thank you for coming on my podcast, and I thank God.
Before you wrap it up, come up with a name for an investment company. So we could basically do a collab also with an investment company. So you could become also an investor, you leveraging my money and Giandi's money, right? Because our money is your money. So we could help other people, so we could help your people as well, if it makes sense, right? So we could help other people transition from that employee to the business investor to do the same thing, if it makes sense. So with all that said, thank you for having me, Mars.
Thank you.
You're my brother for life. And I know we're going to be able to impact billions of lives together. You got me? As an organization. Thank you, Mars.